Well, good morning and Good Friday. Today is Good Friday and the day in which all Christians ponder and reflect on the great sacrifice of the cross. We're told in Mark chapter 15, verse 25, that the crucifixion began at the third hour. That's 9 a.m. And we're told in Matthew chapter 27, verse 45, that darkness came over the land at the sixth hour. That's 12 p.m. And finally, in the following verse, in verse 46, we're told that Jesus breathed his last at the ninth hour. That's 3 p.m. That's 6 hours of excruciating suffering on our behalf. Now, there's been lots of critics who look at this and say, well, Jesus' suffering is nothing special. There's been lots of people who have suffered throughout history. Look at the slaves who suffered terribly under chattel slavery, or look at all those who suffered under Hitler or communism, or even many Christians who were martyred for their faith. Why should Jesus' suffering be any different? And although it's true that many people have suffered terrible things throughout history, they do not compare to the suffering of Jesus for two specific reasons. What sets Jesus' suffering apart from everything else is two things. Number one, no one except Jesus ever suffered willingly, voluntarily for others. If you go through history and you look at all those who suffered, every one of them would have gladly said no thank you if they had the opportunity to not suffer. Only Jesus willingly suffered, and not only suffered, but suffered on someone else's behalf. And that's what makes the second reason so important. The second thing that sets Jesus' suffering apart from all other things is that only Jesus' suffering brought us healing. No other suffering brought healing to the world, reconciliation with God, but Jesus' suffering. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 18, for Christ also suffered once for sins, listen to this, the righteous for the unrighteous, to bring you to God. He is the righteous and we are the unrighteous. Jesus' sacrifice and his suffering alone did that. And there's no passage that says it better than Isaiah 53, verses 4 through 5. Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering, yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. Praise the Lord for such great suffering on our behalf. God bless.